welcome to Hero Villains. Thank you for always watching and supporting the channel. Who is the last man standing in The Thing Rhino Giant Clash? The Thing is a product of cosmic radiation, with a super durable stone body and tremendous strength that can punch through thick steel, lift hundreds of tons, and withstand terrible pressure and extreme temperatures. Grimm is not only a tough warrior, but also a strategist with rich combat experience, having faced powerful enemies such as Hulk, Namor, and even Galactus. Rhino, on the other hand, is the embodiment of violence and speed. With a rhino-like armor permanently attached to his body, he can destroy tanks, penetrate concrete walls like paper, and run at incredible speeds. Although not very intelligent, Rhino possesses endurance and attack power that can make even veteran superheroes wary. Before we dive into the analysis, please click the subscribe button, please remember to turn on notifications, and click the bell icon. Thank you very much. Benjamin J. Grimm, widely known as The Thing, is one of the superheroes who possesses superior physical strength. Although he does not reach the level of godlike strength like some supreme entities, he is often ranked among the top individuals in physical combat ability. The Thing is only behind legendary characters such as Juggernaut, Hulk, and Sentry when considering pure physical strength alone. However, that does not diminish his role and importance in fierce confrontations. Initially, the Thing's strength was determined to be at level 5. However, over time, through rigorous training combined with constant biological changes in his body structure, his strength has grown dramatically. Thanks to these significant changes, the Thing was gradually upgraded on the ranking system, reaching level 85 and then level 100. However, reaching level 100 affirmed the Thing's position as one of the top symbols of power, ready to face the greatest threats to Earth. The Thing has made his mark with a series of impressive feats demonstrating extraordinary strength and extremely effective control of situations. He once succeeded in preventing a giant alien spaceship from being pushed out of Earth's orbit. The Thing also demonstrated strength beyond human limits when he single-handedly lifted a giant oil rig out of the sea in a critical condition. This action prevented a large-scale oil spill that could have caused serious damage to the environment and human life. He also performed another incredible feat when he successfully prevented the collapse of a multi-story building estimated to weigh 30,000 tons. He not only supported the entire weight of the building, but also skillfully adjusted the force of the thrust to return it to its original position, avoiding great loss of life and property. And he held the main cables of the bridge for an extended period of time, which had a tensile strength of approximately 10,000 tons. The Thing was also able to overpower a pile-driving mechanism said to be strong enough to drive through a planet. Underwater, the Thing proved to be a match for Namor's incredible raw strength, even gaining the upper hand. Surprisingly, despite being weaker, the Thing was strong enough to send an attacking Savage Hulk flying with a powerful blow, demonstrated the ability to knock down and stun Savage Hulk while still fighting on his own, was also able to draw health from Green Scar, who had a much higher base strength level than Savage Hulk, and defeated Immortal Hulk, who was also one of the strongest incarnations of the Green Goliath who had punished the Puppet Master, and thus was not entirely amenable to the Puppet Master's control. Indeed, the Thing has always been portrayed as the Hulk's rival, albeit usually weaker. The Thing possesses a variety of devastating combat abilities, the most notable of which is the ability to perform a shockwave clap, commonly known as the Thunder Clap. This technique was once synonymous with the Hulk's reputation, but the Thing has also demonstrated that he is fully capable of using it effectively. By clapping his hands together with great force, he creates a shockwave of such intensity that it can momentarily stun powerful characters like Magneto. The Thing's extraordinary muscular strength is also demonstrated when he once pushed back a hydraulic press with enough compressive force to penetrate an entire planet. With just a single punch, he completely defeated a giant T-Rex, proving that his destructive power is not inferior to the most ferocious prehistoric creatures. He once easily lifted a pyramid-shaped architectural structure made of steel and glass with a total weight of up to 150 tons without any difficulty. During the battle, he temporarily overwhelmed Luke Cage, a character famous for his impenetrable skin and formidable strength. When confronting Namor, a powerful warrior under the ocean and also the king of Atlantis, the Thing remained calm and proactive. During the direct confrontation, his powerful punches caused Namor to bleed, something that rarely happened to a character with such high physical strength and durability. His ability to control the situation is shown when he used a sling to tie up the Hulk, even though the Hulk was in the process of recovering his strength. He once used one hand to smash a thick concrete pillar into many pieces, demonstrating the enormous impact force from just a simple strike. Not only that, he almost defeated Wandar, a character with formidable cosmic power. He also carried a bomb to the brain center of Ego, the living planet, a giant living entity on a planetary scale, demonstrating his courage and ability to complete impossible tasks. The Thing also participated in many battles with the Red Hulk and continuously threw punches that made his opponent stagger. His fighting power was also shown when he was on par with the Silver Surfer in a fierce confrontation. Not stopping there, the Thing has also successfully fought many other formidable enemies. He has defeated Sandman in a direct fight and has shown equal fighting skills with Miracle Man. Although he has mostly lost in his confrontations with the Hulk, he has held the main cables of a bridge for an extended period of time and withstood a load of approximately 10,000 tons without breaking. Each of the Thing's hands can exert up to 7 tons of pressure per square inch, enough to damage a tank like a paper bag. He has lifted a giant stone pillar to use as a weapon and crashed an entire bus into Namor, making the fight extremely intense. He has also broken through a blast door with a single punch. He has knocked out a zombie version of the Hulk from an alternate universe and punched the Hulk through a thick stone wall, clearly demonstrating his immense destructive power. He has punched the ground, creating a shockwave powerful enough to knock away Inhumans in a close radius. During combat, he has thrown an Inhuman into a large statue, causing it to collapse completely, or thrown Johnny Storm away to prevent a Nova Burst from causing damage. The Thing has overpowered the upgraded Crimson Dynamo armor and torn it to pieces. In another encounter, he crushed Hyperion's fist, severely injuring him. He has also ripped apart bulkhead doors and crushed Reed Richards' body to the point where Reed cried out in pain. Another daring act was when he crushed Dr. Doom's iconic helmet right in his opponent's hands. In a dramatic move, the Thing leaped to the top of the Baxter building and landed on a giant monster, pinning it to the ground, sending large pieces of debris flying across the area. The Thing defeated Dr. Doom, Machine Man, and Rick Jones while they were wearing Captain Marvel's armor, proving that his invincibility lies not only in his physical strength, but also in his unyielding fighting spirit. Please subscribe to the channel, it will help us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best, thank you very much. Rhino, whose real name is Alexei Sitsevich, first appeared in the Marvel Universe with a criminal mission to kidnap John Jameson, aka Manwolf, the son of J. Jonah Jameson, who runs the Daily Bugle. Rhino's plan was to sell John to the highest bidder. To complete this mission, he tracked and found the Daily Bugle, causing serious chaos. However, the timely appearance of Spider-Man prevented the disaster. The Spider-Man character in this situation was Peter Parker, the main version in the Earth 616 universe. During the battle between Spider-Man and Rhino, Peter collected a small sample from Rhino's outer skin. He brought this sample to Dr. Kurt Connors for analysis, hoping to learn the secret behind his opponent's strange bioarmor. Through research, they discovered a major weakness. When Rhino charges towards a target, he cannot change direction flexibly, nor can he easily stop. Rhino is one of the characters with the most impressive physical strength and durability in the universe. The armor covering his body not only helps him withstand powerful attacks, but also significantly enhances his attack ability. The horns on Rhino's armor can damage even the classic Hulk. Rhino once easily destroyed thick metal doors. He once threw Nova, a character with cosmic power, into space with just his hands. Rhino can hold Spider-Man with just one hand, despite Spider-Man's agility and escape skills. With his muscular strength, Rhino easily tears apart metal pillars as if they were just scrap paper. Rhino's punches are capable of blowing away opponents or objects weighing tons, causing great great devastation on the battlefield. Rhino has also penetrated the super durable skin of a monster creature, something that not all characters can do. He sent the Grey Hulk flying with a single punch, leaving his opponent unable to counterattack for a short time. Rhino has also smashed the roof of a building right on top of Hulk. With Sandman, a character with the ability to control his body made of sand, Rhino crushed him to the point of turning him into fine dust, demonstrating the ability to attack and destroy non-physical structures. Since 1968, Rhino has undergone significant changes in terms of strength and defense. In Hulk 1104, this villain was upgraded by the Leader, a criminal genius with mutant intelligence. The Leader enhanced Rhino's skin with gamma radiation, making him almost immune to physical attacks. When facing Captain America, Rhino continued to demonstrate superior defensive capabilities. Steve Rogers, with his extensive combat experience, quickly realized that Rhino tended to protect his face very clearly. This was his biggest weakness, as it was the only area not protected by his bulletproof artificial skin. Realizing that, Captain America used a minigun to suppress and disrupt Rhino's vision. Continuously aiming at the face not only reduced his opponent's ability to judge, but also opened up opportunities for Steve to launch targeted attacks. After weakening Rhino with precise fire, Captain America continued to deploy a highly scientific tactic. He used a photon shield, a device capable of absorbing and reflecting energy, to take advantage of the impact force from Rhino's attacks. By taking the direct hit and then reflecting the impact using the shock absorption principle, Steve created a recoil effect strong enough to throw Rhino off balance and significantly reduce his strength. However, while this tactic was successful in temporarily paralyzing Rhino, it was not enough to completely defeat such a physically formidable creature. This evolution in power meant that each confrontation with him always required heroes to be creative, flexible, and take full advantage of the few weaknesses he exposed. No longer a mere physical attacker, Spider-Man and Dr. Connors developed a special type of web that could weaken the structure of Rhino's skin. Combined with his speed, flexibility, and sharp tactical mind, Spider-Man was able to take advantage of this new type of web to thoroughly defeat Rhino. However, that defeat did not cause Alexei to give up his hatred of Spider-Man. On the contrary, from that point on, he began to see Peter Parker as his main enemy, the only target that needed to be destroyed to assert himself. Rhino continued to appear many times in confrontations with Spider-Man, often becoming a symbol of pure, destructive threat. Despite being defeated time and time again, he remains one of the most persistent villains on Spider-Man's list of enemies. Rhino may be the stronger opponent, but he has less agility and endurance than Captain America due to his size. Cap could do this all day, while Rhino would definitely tire faster. Captain America calculatedly lured him into objects that would use the most energy when Rhino made an impact. Captain America wore him down step by step with tactical attacks and actually cruised Rhino's heart with a flying kick that created thrust. How cool. Captain America basically outsmarted him and used his skills. Rhino could only win a weightlifting contest. Captain America was more likely to outsmart him all the time. If Captain America wasn't holding back, he would have shot Rhino down because of his unmatched marksmanship, but he was the great and idealistic Steve Rogers. Rhino is not only one of Spider-Man's regular opponents, but has also clashed with many other prominent characters. Punisher and Deadpool are two characters with completely different fighting styles, but both have left their mark in their confrontations with Alexei Sitsevich. Punisher, whose real name is Frank Castle, is a war veteran with elite military skills and a fierce hatred for crime. Unlike traditional superheroes, Punisher does not hesitate to use high-damage weapons and thorough destruction tactics. In many encounters with Rhino, Frank Castle has actively pursued him as a target that needs to be eliminated from the criminal world. Punisher has caused a lot of trouble for Rhino, although the difference in physical strength is very clear. The confrontations between these two characters often take place in a pursuit style. Deadpool brings a completely different color to the battles with Rhino. Wade Wilson, with his humorous, silly, but also extremely violent nature, has created situations that are both dramatic and highly entertaining when confronting Alexei. Deadpool not only relies on his superior body regeneration ability, but also makes it difficult for Rhino because of his unpredictability and lack of any fighting rules. The battles between the two often take place in a chaotic setting, full of satirical laughter and serious destruction. However, no matter who it is, Rhino is always a dangerous opponent, forcing anyone who confronts him to be wary and have a reasonable response plan. In an abandoned industrial area near the New York City harbor, an illegal operation is taking place in the shadows. Rhino, a notorious criminal with extraordinary strength and absolute loyalty to money, is transporting a high-tech contraband shipment for an international criminal organization. The devices in this shipment are believed to pose a serious threat if they fall into the wrong hands, so the Fantastic Four immediately jump in. With the urgency and need for a strong response, Ben Grimm, also known as The Thing, is assigned to intervene. Although the mission is described as handling it lightly, those familiar with Ben know that each of his actions leaves a huge mark in both strength and scale of destruction. Ben wastes no time in negotiating. He enters like a giant humanoid boulder, smashes through the large iron gate, and breaks through the concrete wall to face Rhino directly. Two characters both known for their superhuman strength stood before each other. Without warning, Rhino immediately reacted. With incredible speed compared to his massive body, he charged towards Ben like an armored vehicle at full speed. The collision between them was like two tectonic plates colliding, shaking the entire old warehouse area, creating a cloud of dust that covered the entire area. Beneath the rubble, the Thing and Rhino slowly stood up, the broken concrete pieces falling off their shoulders like nothing. Neither backed down. The two looked at each other for a moment before starting to rush into a fierce battle. Rhino opened the door by charging straight at his opponent with furious force. His punches were heavy as sledgehammers, carrying all the strength of an armored monster. Meanwhile, the Thing relied not only on his muscles, but also on his extensive combat experience. He quickly realized the weakness in Rhino's style: simple, brutal, and lacking control. Ben began to dodge flexibly, using surrounding structures such as steel pipes, containers, and steel beams for cover or counterattacks. He chose the right moment to respond with precise blows, wearing down his opponent's strength bit by bit. Rhino became more and more aggressive as he fought, but because of that, he gradually lost control. In his passion, he crashed into steel walls, collapsing the remaining parts of the dock, unintentionally revealing his fatigue from the constant collisions. His heavy breathing, slowed pace, and less precise movements were all signs that Rhino was running out of energy. Ben Grimm saw an opportunity and quickly planned the finishing blow. Ben provoked Rhino, angered him, and continued to charge with all his remaining strength. The Thing skillfully lured him straight into a tall steel crane in the middle of the dock. As Rhino closed in, Ben dodged just in time, sending his opponent crashing into the massive metal mass. The impact was so strong that the crane was deformed, and Rhino was trapped in the twisted steel around him like a giant trap. Not missing the opportunity, the Thing jumped high from a nearby lift, then threw a full-force punch from the air, with his signature scream echoing through the ruins. "It's clobberin' time!" The thunderous blow landed directly on Rhino's head, knocking the notorious criminal unconscious on the spot. The battle ended with the sound of metal shattering and a sudden silence that fell over the harbor, leaving a hero standing in the ruins with a victory worthy of reason, experience, and courage. And the winner is the Thing. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's today's video. Thanks a lot.